Hey there guys, it's TC Made with TC Gaming. Wanted to bring you another video in our series talking about gameplay tags. In the previous videos, we created a system to add, modify, and check different skills. And then what we were going to do is we were going to talk about saving and loading skills. So in this video, we're going to do a quick skill save system. What we want to do is to continue on out in our third person map, out in our gameplay stuff. We're going to right click and create a new blueprint class, and it's going to be of type save. So if you just go up and say blueprint class, all classes, and type in save, you'll see a save game blueprint class. I called mine skill save. Inside of your skill save blueprint, you're going to create a new variable. The variable is going to be called skill, and its type is going to be a structure. So remember, we had our structure out here before called skill list. So in your structure out here, this would just go under the structure for skill list. You type that in, it'll pop up, and then you just want to highlight it and come over here and make it into an array. In our skill save blueprint, what we're doing is we're creating a variable to hold the value of another variable that we're going to pull from our character and store here. So these are just basically the same as what we had in our skill system. You had a skill array of structures here, list structures. So after we create that item on there for the skill, we can just save this. We don't need it right now. Inside of our skill system blueprint, remember we had our skill system actor component here. We're going to open that up, and in here we're going to create a new function called save skills. And in the save skills function, basically I wired this up ahead of time because my voice is kind of shot. I didn't want to go through too much of this, but I'm going to walk you through it. You create the new function called save skills. It's just going to have the single pin off of it. You're going to come out and say, does save game exist? And it's going to create a slot name variable. And when you pull this over to the other, to the function, it'll actually add that pin to the node. You see that there? So it'll get a local reference to slot name in here. You come off of this into a branch, off the return value from the Boolean condition. You can just pull this out and type in branch. Wire the branch up, and on the true side, what you want to do is you want to say if the save game already exists, you want to go ahead and load a game from the slot, and the slot name, you get this variable, you drag off here and just say get slot name. When you type in get slot name here, it's getting the local variable that's stored inside of the function. That's not available outside of this, but it is available in here. Then what you want to do is you want to right click on this and promote this to a variable. When you promote it to a variable, to pop out a thing here, you can type on it and give it a name. We called ours save ref. And then from the save ref, you want to go out and cast to the skill save, which is the blueprint that we just created that has our one variable in it. We cast out to the skill save. And we are going to, as the skill save, we want to pull out and get our array here. We're going to set that value of our local skill system array, and we're going to set that into the target of our skill save. So the way that looks is when you pull out of here, you have skill save in here, and you're going to set that value. So you can say, I think you can even do it here, say set skill. And it's going to give you this this thing here because this is the local version. But if you pull it out from the skill save and you say set skill right there, now it's going to ask you for a target. The target is the skill save that's inside of here. And then the variable you want to pull out is this. You want to say get the skill from our local and set it into this value and then wire it up in that pin. Just like I have it above here. But that's how that works. And then from there, we're going to say, where do we want to save it? We're going to save it to a game slot. And we're going to be able to provide that name at runtime. So we want to use the save ref as the object for the skill save, and also the same object for the save game object over here in the save game slot. Now on the false side of this, if it doesn't exist, then we're going to create a save game object. The game class is going to be called the skill save, which is what we created out here, this blueprint, again, called skill save. That was our class. And then from that, same thing, we want to get that same reference, and we want to set the reference to be there. and then we're going to cast to the skill save with a save ref again and do the set. So this side of it's all the same. So basically, if you come down and wire this up first, then all you have to do is just add these two nodes in and everything will function the way you want it to. So that is going to take, the basics of it is going to open up the skill save blueprint and save the current state of our variable from the skill system into a variable inside of the skill save blueprint using a slot that we're going to provide a name for. Okay. Now, when we do that, we can also do the other side of this, which is to create another function now called load skills. And load skills is a little simpler. We create the function called load skills, and then we do a does save game exist, pull the slot name variable back and drop it onto the load skills. So it'll add the pin. Then what we want to do is we want to come off of that branch, and if it's true, only if it's true, we want to load the game from the slot. Again, pulling out of here saying get slot name, right, from the local variable. And then we want to do the same thing here, cast to the skill save. And as the skill save, now what we're going to do is get the skill array from the skill save blueprint. And we are going to set our local skill. We're going to set this when this is now this node. We're setting our local skill system skill array to match whatever was on the skill save blueprint skill array. So we get that from there and assign it into this pin. You would just go out here and say get skill from there, wire it into here, and then just connect your execution node just like I have up here. That's how that's created. Again, I'm walking you through this pretty quick because my voice is shot. I just want to show you how this works. What I'll do also is I will take a copy of this working project and stick it up on the drive that if you wanted to go and check this out, it'll be up there. I'll leave a link to it in the video description. But that'll give you your save skills and your load skills functions. Now, the easy way to call them is that if you're inside of your trade skill character, we would just create some quick nodes in here. So I have just right click and say keyboard and then add a keyboard value. I just did 1 to save the skills and 2 to load the skills. Now, I want to throw a couple things in here real quick. The save skill system right now is only called on demand. So whenever you hit a key, it's going to save the skills that are currently in your system. What you may want to do is you may want to put a thing in that anytime something is modifying your skills, like over here when you modify the skill value, what you could do is before you return out of here, after you set the array element, you could also come right in here and call the save skills function and pass the slot name to it right there and have that all taken care of as it's changing every time. Just update the skill array. That's up to you, however you want to wire that up in your game, but just a recommendation, if you don't call that save skill function, it's not going to ever fire. Conversely, in order for these values to be put on your character at runtime, you have to load these. So when you start the system up, if you want to load the current values, what I would do is inside of the character, I would just come up here to the very beginning where you have your event begin play, and I would pull off of this and go into a sequence node, and I would say, go ahead and load my skills from the skill system, and then go ahead and do all the other stuff you were going to do. And so here I have a slot name. I said load skills from skill slot, because down here when I save my stuff, I'm saying, and I'm going to just unwire this for a sec to show you how this works. Down here, I'm saying save my skills to a slot named skill slot. And you can save different things in different slots inside of that function there. But this is just a very rudimentary form of it, basic idea to get you up and running. So what we'll do is we'll test it real quick. Again, remember I have these keys here to be able to check a skill. We were checking the last time, we were checking for mining. We didn't have a mining skill. We could add the skill, and then we can modify the skill. So what we'll do here is we'll check it, we'll add it, we'll modify it, we'll save it, we'll restart, and then load it, and then we'll put an auto on there for the same thing. So here we go. I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to blow this up, but I'm going to hit the C key to check for my skill. You can see mining skill equals 0. I'm going to hit the N key, which will add a basic mining level. I'll check now, and I have a mining skill of 5. And I'm going to hit the modify key, and check it again. Now it's 20 because I added 15 points into it like we did in our last system. I'll hit modify again, and now it's 35. Now I'm going to hit my 1 key, and my 1 key has now saved my system, my values. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm not running anymore. This time, when I hit the run key, I'm going to show you that I'm just going to hit check again. I don't have any mining skill. But if I hit the 2 key, the 2 key loads my values, and I can check again, and there's my mining skill of 35. So it pulls it back from the save game object. And again, from here, I'm checking at 35. Now I can modify it again, and it goes to 50. I can hit 1 again to save it. Now it's at 50. I can leave the game, come back in, check it again. I don't have anything. Hit the 2 key to load it and check it again. Now I'm back to 50. So you can see that this is loading, storing, loading, saving, whatever. And you just write functions to do that however you want to within the context of your setup for it. So what I'm going to do real quick is in my trade skill character, again, I'm going to go up here to the top of this where they have the event begin play. I would pull off a sequence node and just say load skills, and then pull it from skill system and give it a skill slot name. And now when I hit run, if I just check my skill, I automatically have my 50 points here because it pulled it up. And if I modify this and check it again, I'm at 65, hit 1 to save it. I'm going to go out, exit, start back up, and now I'll just check it. And you'll see that I automatically have 65 because it automatically loaded my last save from the previous version. All right, hopefully that helps you guys. I'll put this out on the drive for you so you can take a look at it. But again, it's pretty straightforward. I'm in the skill systems. I created the save skills. All the wiring's on here. I can pause this for a second here. We can go to there, pause it and work through that. Go over to here. You can pause it and work through that. Load skills, pause it, you can work through that. Pause it, you can work through that. And then on the trade skill character, again, I just added these 2 keys in for loading and saving. All right, hopefully this helps you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to hit my Discord, leave some comments. You can leave them on the video. Sometimes I get those, sometimes I don't. Not sure why that is, but if I get them, I'll try and respond. You guys take care, and sorry for the voice. See you in the future video.